Hello and welcome to Design Basics. In this video, we're going to discuss the Direct feature. It's a very handy tool. In this instance, I could actually fix all these features without having to use it, but let's say your model won't let you do that because it may fail due to the calculations of the change if you were to just change it in the feature tree. So let's start off by looking at the Direct feature itself. You can see that there's 5 different options here. There's Move, there's Size, there's Scale, there's Rotate, and Delete. So some have the option of choosing between base or solids. So if I were to do a move with solids, it'll choose everything that you have in your model and be able to move it. But let's say we decide to go to faces. I can actually move an entire hole if I so choose, let's say by 1/4 of an inch. And now the hole's moved. I can also do the same thing with the face. So for instance, I can move just the one face. But let's say I know I want to move both sides. I can actually go and choose both bases at the same time and then actually move them together. And you can see now we have something that's more aligned. But if I were to do that prior to, maybe it would have made the model fail. So something just to think about. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the size feature. So the way the size feature works is we choose a face and then we can actually pull that face in a certain direction. And I can even bring it back, so I could even have it where it's half cut through or longer. But let's say I decide to choose this face here and make it about 1/4 of an inch longer to offset the hole that we just moved over. So that's how the size works. It essentially just lets you change a face in whatever direction you so choose, as you can see here. Very simple, but also a very helpful tool to move things around if you can't through the sketches or features. Next, we're going to try out the scale. So you'll notice that the scale only does the solid, does the whole component. Now you can do this in 2 different ways. You can do it uniformly, as you can see here. So I just choose a size and I can make it bigger or smaller accordingly. Or I can choose non-uniform and then I can choose a different scale for each direction. So let's say I choose 1 for X, 1.5 for Y, and let's say 2 for Z. You can see that it's now changed the feature quite a bit. And that's another way of changing things up if you need to and know what you want to scale it in all those directions. But let's say you just wanted to make the whole model a little bit bigger by 1.25. Now it's just scaled up, and you can get ready to print your next model with it being scaled. So very helpful. The next tool is Rotate. So you can use this 2 different ways. You can do it as a solid, and let's say I'm tired of having my model where this is the front face. You choose the model, you choose one of the axes to rotate it about, and basically you have a new front face being this flat side because I rotated it 180 degrees. Another way to use this is to choose the face feature. So if I choose a face, I can now rotate it about that face. And as you can see, I can change it whatever way I want to make it a little bit more unique. And that can be very helpful if you're trying to maybe make the shape a little differently. Let's say we just do 15 degrees. And now I have one side that's not straight or parallel with the other side. So that's how the Rotate feature can work. The last one is a little bit of a tricky one, as it's the Delete face feature. So the way this works is, let's say this hole I want to go through, I can click this here, it deletes it, and now I have a through hole. Very handy. The other thing it can do is if I choose this face here, you can see it'll make both of the other points connect to it as you're getting rid of the flat, and it has those angles that you can use accordingly. However, you may not be able to do it on all faces, as it doesn't like this here. It's not deleting, as you can see. So you have to make sure that there's angles that are going to let it connect and have an intersecting point with other parts of the model. So that's the only tricky part with the Delete feature, but otherwise they're all fairly straightforward, but very great tools to add to your repertoire to change your model accordingly. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, this is Tyler with 3D Printer Store, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.